Hi, I'm Bran, and I love Lifetime movies.
I'm Patrick Serrano, and I am a Lifetime movie expert.
I'm Dan, and I despise Lifetime movies, and this is the
Deck the Lifetime Uncorked podcast. Get it.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, everybody. What a great way to kick off September. We had a great Labor Day yesterday. Took the day off.
That's right.
Bathed in the sun.
Beach. I was at the beach all weekend, Brandon.
And we said we need to show up at 4 a.m.
That's right.
I'm sorry, 2 a.m.
2 a.m.
to put out the show at 3 a.m.
That's right. So I came back just for that. That's
Yes.
right. I know. It's impressive.
So it's 1 a.m. your time, Patrick.
That's right. But we're all here and we're committed.
So early.
But it's worth it. It's worth it because we got to give the people what they want, which is a Deck the Lifetime Uncorked. And you're getting a couple of them this month. September is a special month for everybody.
Yeah. You know what they say, every day has 31 except September. That's 2 Lifetime Deck the Hallmark Uncorked or whatever we're called.
Yes.
Anytime you start off with you know what they say, and I don't know what's coming next, it's always a fun time.
You know what I'm excited about though, Patrick, is we are getting to that point of the year when we get some press releases about Christmas movies, and we get to start our preview shows, which were so much fun last year.
The preview episodes may be my favorite thing we've done for Deck the Lifetime Uncorked.
Which is interesting because you don't like them for Hallmark movies.
That's right.
But for Lifetime, you like
I don't have to watch them.
That's true.
So there's a different enjoyment level there when I'm just here for the fun.
And we got to introduce Patrick to Creams. It was big fun. It was big fun last year.
It was. And Dan just gets to hear the pitch of the movie, and basically you're a network executive. You're hearing the pitch and you're saying yes or no.
It's just a full Shark Tank situation, but they're all bad options, basically, is what it is.
Right.
And Patrick got to come down to Bramblefest a few weeks ago and hang out with us, so we got to actually hang out with Patrick in person, which was pretty great.
And it was magical. What was your thought on Patrick in person versus virtual?
I'm just kidding. He was great. I mean, come on. He was just the best and so much fun to hang out with. So
what's amazing about Patrick is he glows on the screen, but he glows in real life. It's just a magical experience to be around him.
One of my highlights of the weekend was karaoke time. And
oh my gosh. Patrick
chose John Michael Montgomery's The Auctioneer, which is I had never heard in karaoke. And then as soon as it started playing, I was it clicked in my head, this is a perfect karaoke song. And it was clear we were in the hands of a professional. Patrick had done that song before and had murdered it before. He just destroyed. It was so great.
Is that your go-to?
It is the go-to. I would rather do Jessica Simpson. We all know this, but the crowd pleaser is John Michael Montgomery.
Yeah.
That's right.
It did please the crowd. It pleased me.
Yeah, I couldn't. It was perfect. It was like he had prepared. I mean, you've clearly done that one before a few times, but it was just.
What's great about it, though, also, is he got on there and it's like a whole nother person. He's sitting there, he's got his hand in his pocket, he's tapping his foot.
He's pacing. He's paced the stage.
Yeah, he had it.
Yeah.
He
Some
worked
turns. It was fantastic. It was it was impressive.
It was magic.
It was the best choreography of the night, save for maybe Alonzo Duralde with, what was that song?
Christmas rapping. Oh, that was
Christmas
rapping.
Perfect. Yeah. That was perfect.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that a lot.
Well, Bramblefest was such a fun time, so thanks for having me. And the whole thing should just be karaoke, in my opinion.
I don't disagree.
Skip straight to the karaoke.
I don't disagree.
Yeah.
And we did a live Deck the Lifetime Uncorked, what people got to hear, and I think it was a lot of fun. And the movie we're doing today, aired obviously on Labor Day, and we watched it live. And then a few hours later, we're recording this podcast. But it is a sequel, Patrick. So really quick, catch us up to speed on what we need to know. I mean, obviously, I watched this one, but I did not watch the first. So I did feel like I was pretty well informed, but I would like for you to set this up for maybe the listener and also for Dan so that he knows what we're getting into.
We're in a situation where this is a sequel to a movie I've not seen or heard from, and I've not seen the second one, and I'm just going to hear from you guys.
That's exactly right.
I'm going to need all the help I can get here.
That's right.
Well, over at Lifetime, you don't have to have seen the first one to see the sequel. That's just par for the course. With any TV movie, I think you don't really need to have seen the first one. The first one came out in 2000. 2018, starred Rob Lowe. So we really missed out on the sex appeal there, Rob Lowe. And it's actually a remake of a movie from the 1950s called The Bad Seed. So Dan, you may have seen the original.
I can't
movie.
say that I have.
Well, I have. And it's great. It's great. It's actually like a classic horror movie with like a twist. Like at the end, this little girl, she kills all these people. And then all that happens is she gets a spanking at the end.
What?
So 1950s.
Yeah. You really have seen the 1950s one, and she really just gets a spanking at the end of it.
Yeah, it's actually like a horror movie classic. It's based on a play. It was on Broadway. The actress won a Tony for it. And, it's pretty prestigious for the time. But yeah, it was basically like the whole theory is like the mother is responsible for the child being a murderer.
Because
it's like every mother's worst fear.
Yeah, it was like an anti-spanking thing. This is your fault, Mom.
Patrick, is Lifetime typically in the business of remaking 1950s classics?
Hey, Lifetime will remake anything they can get the rights to. Okay, so if it has some some cachet and culture, like this did in the 1950s and then never heard from again, Lifetime will go there. And also, Lifetime will give you some Easter eggs.
Ooh, I do love Easter eggs.
Yeah, you do love Easter eggs.
Pop them open, eat some chocolate. Now, in the 2018 version, Rob Lowe, I imagine from what I gather, he's the dad and he does get killed.
He does get killed. Rob Lowe gets killed in the original because what's her name? Mckenna Grace pretends like he's attacking her, and then the sheriff shoots him and kills him. So she doesn't kill him, but she manipulates the situation to kill him.
Yeah.
Okay. And Mckenna Grace is back for this one. I just want to say really quickly, I really liked her. Is she a Lifetime staple, or is this kind of her deal? She's the seed girl.
So here's what's interesting about Mckenna Grace. Okay. Mckenna Grace, in her short 16 years of life, has lived the trajectory of a Lifetime movie actress. She was in a movie, an Oscar-nominated movie, I, Tonya. She played young Tonya. Then she got nominated for a guest spot on Handmaid's Tale for an Emmy. She was an Emmy-nominated actress. Then she goes on the downward slope on Lifetime. She's starring in her own Lifetime movie. But now she's back. And she's producing, writing, and starring in her own Lifetime movie. So I don't know what to do with her.
She wrote this.
She wrote this, yes.
Okay. So I want to get this straight. This is a sequel to a remake of a 1950s classic.
That is right.
Yeah, this
is original.
So Mckenna Grace in 2018, she's just a kid. Like in the flashbacks that are in this, which we'll talk about, she looks like she's maybe like 11, 12, and then in this one she's like 16, 17, something like that.
Yep.
So she's done all of that in her young little life. I, Tonya, she's just a kid. Wow. Good on her.
Tanya's a good
amazing.
movie. Yeah. Tanya's a good movie. I enjoyed it.
Good on her.
Dan, if you saw Mckenna Grace, you would recognize her instantly from that, because like she was so good at playing like a kind of bad guy. She's got that. She's got a little face.
Oh, I know exactly who this is.
Yeah.
Yes.
She
was in Gifted, which is also a great movie. She's the lead in Gifted. That's a really underrated movie. If you've not seen it, high recommend. Yeah.
Here's the thing. Mckenna Grace is on the come up, okay? She will be like the next like Jennifer Lawrence, okay? She's going to get her Hunger Games and she's going to blow up. But for now, she's just putting in the work.
A little sidetrack to a sequel to a remake. Yeah. No.
It's fascinating because she's in like these big movies. She was in an Annabelle movie and
She's the lead in Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Yeah, but then
what is she doing in this movie?
She's getting the credits, right? She's getting that writer credit. She's getting that producer credit. She's a businesswoman.
Good on her.
All right.
Good on her. That. She's not just an actress. She is in the entertainment industry.
That's right. She's a mogul.
She's starting. Yeah, she's gonna produce my next movie, The Bad Seed, Gay Uncle.
Can we not say Gunkle? Can we shorten that to Gunkle? I think that rings very
Gunkle
true.
Flows better.
That's right. The Bad Seed 3, Gunkle. I love that.
Well,
I think that works
now that Dan is caught up to speed on all things Bad Seed, and McKenna Grace. Let's dive into this movie, Patrick. Can you set us up for it?
Yes. So The Bad Seed returns, stars McKenna Grace, who we've talked about,
Love her.
Michelle Morgan, and Benjamin Ayres.
We love Benjamin. We've had Benjamin on the
Ayres
show before.
is
yeah.
in this.
Yeah, he's a Hallmark guy.
Hallmark
typically,
guy.
but here he is.
Well, he's handsome, so that makes sense. Why
He is
would do
handsome.
Hallmark.
He is.
He doesn't really do Lifetime.
He is speaking some Spanish in this movie.
Oh boy.
And he gives a wonderful performance at the end of this movie going upstairs, which we'll get to.
Oh, well, let's not. I mean,
I know. I'm just saying. I didn't say anything about it other than he does a great performance.
You did. You said he gives a great performance.
What do you want? What do you think I mean when I say he does a great performance going upstairs?
He does a great performance. Here's all I know is I'm supposed to be unbiased, and I've already heard that you love McKenna Grace and that he gives a great performance. I don't know what it's tough here, Bran. I'm supposed to be impartial.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of qualifiers there. So,
fine, I'm done. I'll sit this one out.
No, that's good. I like that you know what you like, Bran.
Thank you.
That's important in life. You got to know your likes.
Thank you.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we start off. Emma is back. Okay, that's our character, Emma, and she is a bad child. If you forgot.
Bad
if you
seed.
have any questions? A bad seed. If you have any questions about how bad she is taking a little doggy for a walk in the woods and kills it with a knife.
Yeah, this movie does not start off slow. You can't say that this movie eases you into it. They immediately go with the puppy murder, which is
It's off camera.
It's off camera. I think
She takes a dog in the woods with a knife and murders it?
You see this, and then it cuts to black, and you hear.
Oh,
I don't actually know. I don't know if you actually hear that.
That was good. That was really good.
Like a dying dog.
Thank you. I've been working on that very specific impression for when I auditioned for SNL. Hi, I'm Brandon Gray. I'm auditioning for SNL. This is my impression of a dying dog off camera.
Not as good that time.
Dang it.
That sounded more like.
Sorry, Lauren. I'll be back next year.
The pressure got you the second time.
Yeah, that 30 Rock will do that to you. It's a lot in the first 10 seconds, but then it turns itself around. So like in that one, she looks bad. She's wearing all black clothes. Her face is like, I like heavy metal and Marilyn Manson. And then like it cuts to the start where we get a really cool title sequence with some moody music. And then she's like a happy high schooler who's practicing stuff in her bedroom, like terms like, oh my gosh, like things like that, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, she's just practicing being a typical teen. Like she has to work at appearing like a normal child. So she has like the perfect little headband. She's like, wearing little dresses and stuff. Like she's cute. Like she looks like a popular girl in high school. And
that's right.
She's living with her aunt. Her Rob Lowe's sister, Angela, and her husband.
I will really say really quickly, when the title sequence starts, it does, once it goes back into her bedroom, it says 3 weeks earlier. So we're going to find out how she got to killing dogs. So she starts off 3 weeks earlier practicing her, oh my gosh, that was amazing. Things like that. Yeah. Sorry. Continue, Patrick.
Of course.
Yeah. It's like the start of school. So
yes.
Her uncle Robert is like speaking Spanish to her and encourages her to like be more social. And he's like a professor. I guess that's why he's speaking Spanish, because he's like not any like Latin X type of thing. Like they say like you're not even Cuban. I don't know.
Is this Benjamin Ayres?
It was
okay.
It was strange. It was I don't know why he was speaking Spanish. It was very weird.
I do think it's what he does, but
can you imagine them going, well, let's have him speak Spanish and then explain that he's not Hispanic.
Yeah.
Right. They really did. And I'm like, is that an actor choice? Is that like, it was weird. And even Emma's like, stop speaking Spanish to me, you weirdo. Like I take French, like parlez-vous français. So
Bonjour.
he also Robert wants her to go to a prestigious boarding school because she like is on the track to like get into like Yale or Harvard or like an Ivy League. So this is like would be one of those. So not like a orphan boarding school, like a Cruel Intentions boarding school. You know?
Yeah. Not like an orphan. Just very good. That's a good descriptor, Patrick. That helped me a lot.
That's right.
Right. And Emma surprisingly is very smart.
She knows about like the laws of physics and stuff. So she's pretty smart.
Wow.
She doesn't have just beauty. She has brains and she's got it all. She's like, you know, has a little clique of girls that are all on the dance team and they're all friends. And then this new girl shows up and the new girl's name is Kat. Just Kat.
Okay?
K-A-T.
K-A-T.
Don't ask any questions.
She's got dyed hair, like she dyed it with Kool-Aid. She's got the alternative vibe. She's like wearing baggy jeans.
She walks into the classroom.
T-shirt.
Nirvana starts playing.
Evanescence on the CD player. You know,
wake me up. Yeah.
And she's like very unimpressed with Emma being such a tryhard. You know.
Yeah. Like big whoop, you know Newton.
So
like,
come on, it's just physics, lady. Right. Get over it.
And she mentions, just in passing to Emma, she's like, "Oh, I know you from somewhere.
You don't remember me?" And Emma's like, "I don't know. No."
Yeah, Emma's like, whatever, weird new girl, leave me alone. But Kat will come back. Don't worry.
Yeah, I get the feeling with a name like Kat, they're not there for one scene. You know?
You get
they
it.
Got a full
picking
entry.
up. You're picking up what Lifetime's putting down, buddy.
Yeah.
We get some dance team practice, which I love. Any type of choreography. This coach loves face. The whole time they're dancing, they're doing their dances, and all the coach is saying is, "Okay, give me face. Give me more face. Face.
The coach is saying, "Give me more face."
Yeah.
More face, not like do a pirouette here or like maybe extend your arm a little bit more. No, she's just like face.
Were they
That's
like
her note?
They didn't have like would they have like a bag over their head? Like what does she mean by that?
I can't tell. I mean, I've seen a lot of dance. I've seen dance moms. I've seen dancing in the dark. I've seen dancing on the ceiling. You know, all these things, and I've never heard about face.
Need more face.
Need more
Gotta
face.
have face.
Need more face. And I will say, Emma is giving a lot of face. She's doing a good job out there. The best I can figure, that's to attribute to
How is she giving
face.
any more face than anyone else?
She's doing a good job, so it's clear she's giving face.
Okay, all right.
Gosh.
Well, she practices in the mirror. You
gotta
know,
practice
she practices.
Yeah.
But Emma's not doing as good a job as her friend Stephanie, who's outperforming Emma at every turn. And Stephanie,
Even face.
Wow.
Even face. Stephanie is just like very, one of those type of people that don't know they're good at everything. And they're like, oh, what? They're not even like cute about it. They like literally don't know.
Yeah, I know nothing about that.
No.
Oh, me neither.
Right.
No.
You know,
We're just a couple of normies.
That's her vibe. She's like so nice and so good at everything.
Ugh, those people.
Yeah.
So now we get into the section of the movie where Emma starts sabotaging Rob, her uncle, because she just hates him and he's sending her to boarding school. So she does this in a few ways. She does, first of all, there's a baby that Angela and Rob have named Cade. And the baby gets out of his crib. Emma sees the baby get out. She lets the baby kind of roam around, and the baby is headed towards the pool, which doesn't have a fence around it.
Kind of like leads the baby out the back door to the pool area. And you're like, that's
not great.
Alarming. But
yeah. And just pause on the baby for a moment. Wasn't that baby the best actor you've ever seen in any movie?
The baby crushed it. It was the baby
was amazing.
Baby's amazing. Baby hit its marks. Baby showed face.
Yeah.
So job well done by baby.
The baby and Emma had this whole relationship where she was like being mean to the baby, but then the baby was like, haha, you're hilarious.
Yeah, you're funny.
You're not scaring me.
How
I'm
old
just
is this
a baby.
How old's the baby?
Like 6 months.
Yeah.
And she's
Right?
giving
Little.
all that through her performance.
Yes.
Man, that
This
is
baby,
something.
The baby
give
was
this baby an Emmy.
That's right. The baby was generous.
Baby for Emmy. Let's start that campaign right now.
Baby for Emmy.
Yeah.
Baby for Emmy. That's exactly
Category
right.
is best baby.
Best baby. Baby of the year.
This baby would win.
This baby. The winner is this baby.
The nominees are this baby, that baby, and baby over there.
And Boss Baby. We
And
can't-
Boss
Oh,
Baby.
we
Baby's,
wouldn't
like,
do
always
without Boss
nominated.
Baby, of
Exactly
course.
right.
Yeah.
Can't.
So, of course, Rob gets blamed for not putting the fence around the pool and not watching the baby properly. And
Yeah.
Angela's so mad at him.
She comes
And then
home
later-
or whatever. She sees baby getting close to water, and she's like, What were you doing?" One of those things, and he's like, "See, something like that." He doesn't
Yeah.
respond with
And then,
Spanish.
right. Yeah, was that your Spanish?
You were
CC?
saying he doesn't know any other words in Spanish. C.
You were saying
C.
S-I.
yeah.
We,
Oh, my
Yeah, it
gosh.
was.
yeah. That's
Wow. Okay, we need to put you in some lessons with Benjamin Ayres.
Oh, don't I know it? Don't I know
it.
it?
Brandon no comprende nada.
Oh my gosh.
Oh boy. Emma also, for her sabotage of Rob, oversalts his soup.
Yeah.
Oh, dear Lord Almighty.
Yeah.
Oversalts his soup.
So she is.
Somebody call the coppers.
She's a villain. She's a
Yeah.
villain. She's a villain.
A villain.
You can't
I will
go
say
back.
the bad things that happen in this movie in the first hour and 15 minutes aren't that bad.
Well, letting baby out to get very close to the pool.
Especially a baby that's that talented.
That's alarming. But oversalting food is
Yeah.
it was weird that those were the two examples.
Did she forget to put the clothes in
Right.
the dryer or crease his leather shoe next? What are we talking?
She does. She did take his knife, his pocket knife.
Okay. All right.
Which he was like, "Does anybody know where my pocket knife is?" See?
Yep. The one she'll use to kill that dog later.
Oh, that's exactly right.
Ooh, wow.
Oh, there we go. Oh, what was that sound again, Bran?
See. oh.
Both are equally unfortunate.
Yeah. Both are my ringtone now.
Now we brought a Spanish dog into the mix somehow.
Right.
That thinks he's on a walk.
Oh, boy.
And then he just got murdered.
Yeah. We've all
I
been
love
there.
it. I love it. So Emma is back in school. She starts to see Kat is a loner and tries to bring her into her friend group. And Kat's no, not interested. But she does mention that she went to school where Emma went to school at her previous town with Rob Lowe. And she knows she's sorry about your dad getting murdered. Oh, and the babysitter getting murdered. Oh, and your teacher getting murdered. Oh, and your friend getting murdered. And all those people getting murdered. Weird how you're the connection to all of them. That's so weird.
Interesting.
I gotta go. Bye.
Wild. We'll see you later.
Bye.
So Emma knows that Kat is on to her. And
But I'm
she's
sure
like,
Kat
okay,
will be
I'm gonna-
fine. Kat will be fine.
There's no reason
Oh,
Kat
yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
with that entrance that she had and the fact she's only in an occasional scene. I feel really good about how she's going to end up at the end of this movie.
That's right.
Yeah. I mean, and Emma wants to handle her stress. She's stressed out about Kat. She's stressed out about the boarding school, and she smashes a clementine and screams into a pink fluffy pillow, and then organizes some office supplies and primps in the mirror.
I got to be honest. It was hard for me to concentrate because I've realized now that there's a chance she's going to kill cat and dog. And I can't tell you how fascinating that is for me.
Yes.
So, but she's yelling in a pillow.
So she finds out that she's going to be sent to this boarding school. Her first reaction, squish Clementine.
Yeah.
Go up to her room, scream in pillow.
Okay.
Get out of the pillow. Let's pull ourselves together. I'm going to neatly put all of these pins in a line and then do one of these numbers.
She dances?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like a yeah, whatever. One of those.
Yeah.
One of those that the high school girls do.
Okay.
We all handle our stress differently, and it's just showing that instead of murdering someone right away, she's trying other tactics.
That's right.
Right?
And that's all we can ask.
Yeah, I mean, that's better than murder. There's no doubt that that's better than murder. I'm happy that she's doing this. It seems like these are all at least net neutral coping mechanisms. Like you've harmed a Clementine, but aside from that, not a bad process.
She does have like dreams. Like she keeps like seeing visions of like movie number 1 in her head. So it's like
she's seeing flashbacks from the first film.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like clear that those things have.
It's nice to have those.
It's helpful.
Yeah,
it's helpful that she's doing that. That's fantastic.
That is helpful. But it's clear that she like those things have stuck with her. So like she's not like I'm going to kill someone and never think about it again. So it like does pop into her mind here and there.
Right. But that doesn't stop her from continuing to sabotage Rob. She starts a grease fire in the kitchen, and Angela's like horrified again. She's like, "What are you doing, Rob? What's your problem?" So,
Rob continues to get blamed for things that I guess they might seem like his fault. But in this case, it's clearly her fault. So here's what happens. Angela is making steaks. Okay. She leaves the room. She says, Rob, just make sure the steaks don't burn. Rob's like, I got this.
Who leaves in the middle of cooking a steak?
She had stuff to do.
All right, whatever.
Rob's phone in his office goes off.
Okay.
And Emma is like, I think that's your phone. And he's like, Emma, can you watch these steaks? He leaves. She then pours like gasoline over it and it starts a fire.
Oh, yeah.
And then
pours gasoline on the steaks?
More or less.
No, it's more oil.
It's more
she just
oil.
adds like a ton of oil.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then she leaves, causes a thing. Everybody comes back in. And Rob's like, I told you to stay here. And Emma's like, I had to go to the bathroom. So I don't know. That does seem like it would be her fault. But it's neither here nor there.
But she also saves it by throwing salt on the fire, which, if you have a grease fire, that's what you're supposed to do, apparently.
I had no idea.
Salt on a grease fire.
He was getting ready to use a fire extinguisher like a moron.
Yeah. That salt on a grease
Salt on a grease fire.
fire.
Had no idea.
So much about fire this year. The oil fire being blown out by dynamite. Did
I had
you know
no
that?
idea.
That's how they used to blow out oil.
If you are in
oil
a
rig.
mine,
That makes sense.
you just shoot dynamite at it.
And it blows it out.
And
So-
then it smothers it. Yeah.
It's wild.
As long as you have dynamite handy.
Logical.
It just
Hey,
never.
who doesn't?
Yeah, who does? I mean, am I right? Who doesn't? In 2022, am I right?
In this economy,
So next we got our mental health, check-in. Emma is talking to her therapist on Zoom, very relatable in the 2020s that we are in. And she gets some advice, and basically the advice is like, you should apologize to your uncle for behaving badly, and maybe you shouldn't be sabotaging him. Notable thing about this therapist is it's played by Patty McCormick, who was the original Bad Seed child.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So they
Okay.
brought it full circle here in Bad Seed 2.
it's a bad seed runaround.
Saw them live.
So she does take this advice and immediately drop a car on her uncle.
Wait a minute.
So
Yeah.
Does she
Rob
have
is
super strength.
Rob
now?
is under his car doing some work.
There it is. All right.
And she goes
Not
in
shirtless.
Not shirtless.
What?
Not
Come on,
shirtless.
Ayres.
I
Be
know.
better.
And all of a sudden, the radio turns off. He's like, that's weird. Anyone there? No one answers. It's fine. So he just starts kind of singing to himself. And I guess she like kicked out the jack or something. I don't know. The car ends up falling down. And as the car falls down, he hears someone whistling. And that's all that he's able to like take in. So somebody is responsible for this. He doesn't know who, aside from that they whistle.
Yeah. And that is such a psycho move, the whistle, the psycho
Yes.
whistle move.
The psycho whistle move song
Psycho wiffle move
is
a different
that's
thing altogether.
that's
Yeah.
tough. So she clearly is not heeding her therapist advice, and also relatable. So there you go. No, just
Right.
me.
Well, because she's under a stressful time again because
Yeah.
she has that private school coming and she has to go to Stephanie's slumber party.
Oh, no. And the coping mechanisms are starting to slide a little.
Exactly.
Starting to
exactly.
slide. a little
You
bit.
say coping
And that-
mechanism. I say drop a car on my uncle. Like
It's
tomato.
tomato.
Right. So Stephanie invites Kat to the party, and we all know Kat's alternative. So she brings pre-rolled joints for everybody at the party.
Yes,
And she rolled all the joints
which is
ahead of time. That's thoughtful.
that is thoughtful.
She's very thoughtful.
What
And
we
she's like,
don't
"Hey,
know is Seth Rogen's her dad, and so just always prepared.
Always be prepared.
Here's a baggie.
Yeah, that's
That's why Seth Rogen.
I would
Should
definitely
I bring
not
that?
do that one at
You don't think I should do that at SNL?
No. Keep that one in your pocket, please.
Hey, daughter, here's a baggie.
Not even in the neighborhood.
I mean, maybe Seth Rogen the Muppet. So, yes, Kat has a joint for everybody. She's like, let's play Never Have I Ever. If you have done it, you take a hit of your joint. If you haven't done it, you don't. And the questions go as follows. Number one, never have I ever made out with someone in the front seat of a car.
That's right.
Ooh, how many people are?
A lot of people have made out in the back seat, but have you made out in the front seat? That's how we know
Exactly.
if you're real floozy or not.
Tricky question. Second question, never have I ever killed someone.
Because everyone's like, Emma, you're not smoking. You haven't done anything. Let's
But
really.
it's the second question.
Yeah.
It went from made
The
out in the
literal
front
second
seat
question.
to never have I ever killed. It's like you're not even trying to hide it. You're not even like just trying.
Now, Emma does light her joint, does take a puff, but then she says, I killed my mom at birth. So that's how she kind of covers up.
Oh,
like
yeah,
it's a
yeah,
big
yeah,
funny
yeah.
ha-ha. And everyone's
no
like,
one ever mentions it again.
and everyone's like, thank God you killed your mom at
It wasn't as
birth.
dark as I thought. Oh yeah, it feels good.
Well, thankfully, the party is cut short because Emma gets a notification from her mom that Rob is in the hospital, and they all, rush to the hospital. And she's like, what happened? I had no idea. He's injured. I was at the slumber party. It couldn't have been me, Like,
Of course.
she's got a solid alibi.
Yeah, it couldn't have been her.
And Rob wakes up from, I guess, a coma or something, and he writes down on a pad, Emma, question mark.
Question mark?
Oh, like
So
he's his
it
own
seems like
detective,
he-
or is he communicating out to the
I
side?
don't know. It does. It was one of those aha moments, but he then takes a long time to act on this, so I'm not entirely sure. But he does seem like at this point he's trying to figure out whether or not Emma is the car pushing Whistler.
Yeah, Detective Rob.
He knows.
He knows.
He knows.
And Angela takes it as oh, that's so sweet. He's asking about Emma.
so sweet.
But he's asking, did Emma try to kill me?
Well, so he put a question mark there, and so that's where the confusion comes in.
Right.
If he had put
Yeah.
Emma and underlined it, right, then we have more of a this was Emma.
Because that's the thing. If he was saying I know who it was, why would he put a question mark at the end of Emma?
Yeah, that didn't make any sense.
Right. So, he needs to get on his post-coma note-taking. We need
right.
to talk to Rob about that.
This is a classic shouldn't have done a question mark situation,
Shouldn't
and we'll
have
get
done one.
there. We'll
Yeah.
get there. When you're fresh out of coma, those things will happen.
you're fresh out of coma, that happens.
You
That's
start
true.
throwing out question marks left
Right.
and right when there
Parts
shouldn't be any.
speech, Last thing to come back.
Well, that's why we're talking about it now. So all the listeners, it'll be somewhere in your brain, not question mark, underline.
That's exactly
That's
right.
right.
Underline.
That's right. Yeah. Underline.
Yes. We've all been there.
So Rob is released from the hospital, much to Emma's disappointment. He is given a home nurse to take care of him. So Emma kind of moves on from Rob for a little while to focus on the dance team. But even there, Stephanie gets captain and Emma is made backup captain.
And if there's one thing
Unbelievable.
I know,
If you're second
If you're
place,
second place, you're first loser. That's
I learned that live at Bramblefest.
Exactly
I had
right.
never heard it before,
Yeah.
but
and the same
Yeah,
is
you
true
know.
here. And that catches us up. We are now back to present day. We
dog killing day.
takes the dog. It's dog killing day. It's time to let out my aggression. That dog is Stephanie's dog. Went to Stephanie's house, caught it, went as a kind of a release. Instead of killing Stephanie, I will kill her dog.
But we're clearly amping up
Right.
here. We're clearly amping up into murdering people.
Emma?
Yes. Well, and Emma gets there that basically she is out for Stephanie now. So she in class texts Stephanie a text and kind of looks at her like, hey, I sent you some hot goss. Like, open up that text. And Stephanie's like, ooh, I love hot goss. Let me open this up. And it's just a flashing screen of like white flashes. Stephanie has epilepsy. So it triggers her epilepsy.
No.
She goes into an epileptic seizure and dies in the hospital.
No. From a phone screen flashing?
I don't know the specifics of this thing she sent.
Look, Emma knows science. She knows physics. She knows science.
Physics.
So I don't want to, question that.
This is a
authority.
classic website that exists that you can send to your friends with epilepsy and just see what happens. This is one of those things that's just for kicks and giggles. Unfortunately, it turned out badly for Stephanie in this case, and we hate that for her. But that website is www.flashy.com.
Like, there are warnings on flashy things on TikTok or flashy things in the theater. Like, we look out for our people who are having epilepsy, and I
don't know what she sent. I don't know what could she possibly have sent that would have immediately made her phone into a strobe light, but it happened, and I hate that for her.
She went to flashy.com.
Flashy.com.
Okay.
Guys, avoid it at all costs.
Good to know.
So now Kat is like, okay, someone has died. This is following Emma around.
Exactly
I know what's going on. She confronts Emma, and
Takes
Emma's
her that
like,
long
no.
to put the pieces together. So go
Right. And Kat's like, trying to call Emma out, but Emma makes it like she's the victim and that Kat's screaming at her, and there's a slap that happens. She's basically like setting it up that Kat is unhinged.
And really quickly, there is a boy that is interested in her. That boy that's interested in Emma, Nathan, is the boy in Campfire Christmas in the flashbacks.
Oh.
Corbin Blue's younger.
Oh, he's great in that.
He did a great job. He did a good job in this one.
All
Shout
right.
out to Nathan. Shout out to young Corbin Blue.
Nathan.
Yeah, yes, there you go. I mean, his role was not that great. He didn't have that much to do, but he did it well.
Was he better or was the baby
The
better?
baby's better,
Okay.
Dan.
All right,
Come
I'm
on.
sorry. I was
Take a
trying. I'm
number.
sorry.
Read a book.
Yeah, it's like McKenna, Grace, the baby, everyone else.
Okay.
And I even think those first two are up for.
Yeah, it's debatable.
I could be
debatable.
swayed either way, to be honest
Man,
with you.
what a performance by the baby.
Shout out to baby.
We love you, baby. Okay, so Angela also starting to question Emma. She sees like doorbell footage of Emma taking the dog from Stephanie's house.
Uh-oh.
And she's like, "What? Why did you take the dog? I know it was you." And Emma basically says, like, it was just a joke on Stephanie. I was just trying to like get back at her for getting the thing. And I'm sorry. Like, I was just like pulling a prank on her.
Just this funny
Angela's
prank
like,
where I murdered her dog.
Yes, but she's just like, I just let the dog go, and
Okay,
then something
okay,
happened to
okay.
the dog in the woods that I was not responsible for.
Of course not. Ran into a knife. Happens to the
Right.
best of us.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
So Angela starts my favorite thing in a Lifetime movie when the mom looks stuff up online and
Yeah.
she's looking into mental health phrases, and we have antisocial personality disorder, which used to be a psychopath, but now or sociopath, but now it's antisocial personality disorder. And Emma finds the research on Angela's computer later, and she takes a test online to see if she's a psychopath.
She
And we get
decides
the
to take her own
questions.
test. She decides to take her
Yeah.
own test because, listen, you can do your own research, but I'm going to do my own research. There's one thing we learned from 2020: is do your own research.
That's right.
And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
she goes to
The
do her own
scientists
research.
don't have an angle on
That's
this
right.
one.
And so she's taking all these things, and the news is in, Patrick. Because the website, and I think she might have taken this at flashy.com, because just flashing on screen, it says, "Congratulations, you're a psychopath."
No.
Yes, it's so great.
I laughed out loud. I loved every
I'm gonna
second
need to
of
see
it.
that.
It's great. It's a great bit.
I mean, just
Flashy.com, it's more than just strobe. They have helpful quizzes on there as well.
Lord, congratulations.
Congratulations, you're a
psychopath.
psychopath.
And she's pleased. She's pleased with that result.
She does get a little smirky smirk.
Yeah. Classic smirk.
Classic smirk. I will say the final act of this movie should be called the act of the Lots of
You wanna
smirks.
start from the
Lots of
beginning?
smirks in
You
this
said
final.
the final act of this movie should be called the That's what you said.
A lot of smirking is what I'm getting at. A lot of
Working too hard
smirking.
can give you a heart attack.
That's exactly right. Okay, Patrick, you take it away, but I'm having a hard time over here. I'm stuck on Flash.
You got it. No. So we are at the final act, and this is where all the things go down. So if you were waiting for the bad kid, don't worry, she's going to be bad now. So Rob tells Emma he knows that she tried to kill him, and he's like trying to reason with her, like, I won't tell Angela, your aunt, because I want you to go to the private school, leave my family alone, and get out of here. And then Emma responds in Spanish. She's like, let me try to speak Spanish. I don't know. Tío, ¿por qué quieres ir a la biblioteca? Yo no quiero.
What?
Tú es un estúpido. Tío.
Did you get why do you want me to go to the library? Which is interesting.
Well, I couldn't think of how to say university. Oh, universidad.
Or colegio. Either one, right?
Yeah. Yes.
But the library is very specific, and I appreciate you doing that. Yeah.
The devil's in the details.
That's right.
But basically, he's like shocked that she can speak Spanish,
That's right.
And she's been hiding it all along. And so she's like, yeah, you could do whatever you want, but I'm much smarter than you. And it's like a really good moment.
The bad seed is here.
You see in his eyes, like, he is fearful of this child.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
At this point, he's still in his like bed thing, but he's getting ready to make some forward motion. He's gonna have one of those like bar things.
Okay.
Like keep his core straight. Be in a wheelchair. It was gonna be great.
Keep his core
straight. It's gonna be great. So Angela goes back to Emma's hometown with Rob Lowe and talks to the sheriff that killed Rob Lowe. And the sheriff says there's something wrong with her. Or he says, Rob Lowe had said right before he shot him, there's something wrong with her. I have to protect her from herself. And Angela's like, that's a weird thing to say about your daughter.
Truth's coming out.
So,
sure is.
So it's a stormy night. She rushes back home. She's driving in the rain, trying to get back to tell Rob. And I think the baby's there too.
The baby?
The baby that, Emma's dangerous. We got to get it. We got to not be around her. She's going to kill us all.
That's right. Now it's at this point. Is it at this point that she's hanging out with Rob by the pool? Does this happen here?
We passed that, but if you have something to say about the pool, go for it.
It's just a great bit, but that's all.
Good.
Continue.
Good.
Okay.
Great bit. I know.
Great.
Well, at the pool, she doesn't help Rob move to get to his wheelchair.
Yeah.
She ignores him, and then the nurse lady comes and wheels him inside, and as she's wheeling him inside, she starts to whistle, and you see him be like, I know that was the final thing I needed. Whistle, check. And that was the final box that was unchecked. And so now he knows that she can whistle. So that's kind of all that he needed to write the guilty paper that he's working on.
Got to keep his core straight and write that guilty paper.
That's right. Got to keep the core straight.
He knows. So Emma's plan is going into motion because she knows that Rob knows. So she calls Kat and invites Kat over because she wants advice about Nathan, her new boyfriend, and she's trying to pretend to be friends. So Kat comes over and they drink hot chocolate, which of course Kat has poison hot chocolate.
Yeah.
And Kat realizes that she's next on the list, and she basically Emma calls 911 and says that Kat's attacking her and setting the house on fire. And she does this it's this weird scene where she's having a breakdown on the phone and then hangs up the phone. She's like, and that's why I'll get away with it because I'm a great actress.
But I want to be clear, if they find the body and they do a tox report and it's poisoned, won't they know that whole phone call was a lie?
There's also something that I've learned you always do when walking into a house in a Lifetime movie. And they never use this information, but Kat presses record on her voice memo. Puts it in her pocket.
Yeah.
And they have this whole conversation. And if there is a bad seed returns again, we might see that information come back into play. But just know that a conversation was recorded between her and Kat, where like basically all is revealed.
Yes, they record the villain monologue, except I guess Emma has seen a Lifetime movie or two because she takes Kat's phone and deletes it. Yeah. And she takes her pepper spray and she's like, this is like so obvious. Like I planned for everything. That's you know, right. She's like a true psycho and she's proud of it.
This is why you only live stream. You don't record.
Congratulations, you're a psycho.
That's exactly right. Now, the question is, we got her poisoned, easy peasy. The question now is, what do we do with our guy, Benjamin Ayres?
Well, he's going to go up the stairs at some point.
So,
oh yes,
he's alone. He hears the baby crying. Now, what a performance! What a performance!
I can just feel it.
And he's like, Emma, trying to get Emma to go get the baby. Emma's not answering once again. So he does like a backwards crawl up the stairs. Metal thing to keep his core straight.
Keep it straight.
Attached. Yep. He's like moaning. Yeah. He's having a really tough time. He's going slow. He's doing this, that, and the other. There's smoke. There's smoke happening. She's like started another grease fire. Classic. And he gets to the crib. Baby's not there.
The baby isn't there?
It was a recording of baby crying.
What?
Just to get him upstairs.
And now it's over.
She can trap him with smoke.
No wheelchair.
He's done. He's got his core straightener on.
Man.
You're dead.
Because you can go up the stairs pretty easily, but getting back down them, not going to be so great.
Same exact principle, but it's fine.
Especially in a fire. And Emma is dumping gasoline all over the place. She puts the jugs in Kat's hand, so it looks like Kat dumped the gasoline everywhere. And she, I guess she sees Rob or something. Like he's like on the stairway or whatever, and she's like, "I'm sorry, I had to do this," and she runs out of the house.
Yep.
And then the house just burst into flames.
The house is engulfed in flames. Angela comes home just in time. She sees Emma. She's like, "What's going on?" Emma has the baby.
Baby is safe.
Baby is safe.
Baby is safe.
The baby is safe. She's holding the baby, and Angela's like, "You're a monster. You're a liar. I know what you did." And she runs into the house to save Robert.
Oh no.
And you're like, "Oh, you know, this is a Lifetime movie. They'll be fine."
She did.
No, everyone dies. Everyone dies in the fire.
Aside from Emma and the baby.
Outside. Yeah,
they're out. They made it out
with the baby.
Yes.
The sirens are coming in the background. Nathan comes and like holds her in his arms, and she like rests her head on his chest and like makes a smirky face. In her eyes, the reflection of the burning house, and she's like, "Ha ha ha!"
And roll credits.
No.
Well, we get a post scene where Emma is talking to a social worker. She wants to stay with the baby, and she says, "I will rise above it. I will rise above all this terrible things that have happened in my life." And then creepy music plays, and
then she smirks again, and then roll credits.
Yeah, another smirk roll.
It's another smirk. Another smirk.
Wow.
Yeah. That's the bad seed returns.
Wow. Unbelievable.
That's it.
Boy. Man, I got thoughts.
Yeah.
All right.
I think
so. On the show, we pour it up or put a cork in it. So we'll start with Dan, since you haven't seen the movie. What are you going to do to this movie?
I mean, I think I really was impressed with Mckenna Grace's performance, and Benjamin Ayres up the stairs is just.
You haven't seen it. But what about Baby?
The baby.
I can't wait for that book.
Wow. Yeah, I got to be honest. This movie sounds bonkers bananas fun. Like a lot of this is like the Lifetime drinking game movie that you want. Like you want this movie. Congratulations, you're a pour it up for me. That is this movie sounds like what I would like to see. It sounds better than a bad Hallmark Christmas movie for sure. All in on this, especially with like what sounds like some decent performances here for this movie. Absolutely 100% pour it up.
Awesome. Bran, what are you thinking?
I'm pouring it all the way up and maybe another glass just for fun. I think this is my favorite one that I've seen so far in this project that we've been doing, Patrick. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was fantastic. Mckenna Grace really did a fantastic job. Good to see our buddy Ben on there. And Baby, pour it up. Pour it up for Baby. Pour it up for Baby. Just unbelievable job by Baby. And so I absolutely loved it. A plus.
Awesome. So yes, this movie is a sequel to a remake of a movie, which sounds like it would be terrible, but I think they really like stuck true to kids being bad. Like that's what the movie is about. And there's no spanking at the end of this. I think the kid like really gets away with it. Like we are really seeing an interesting portrayal of somebody who is congratulations, you're a psychopath, and what that means. And someone trying to like maybe not be a psychopath, like maybe they're trying to cope and like do other tactics to become a better person. But at the end of the day, they are who they are.
You do find yourself rooting for the psychopath here, which
it sounds like
it
sounds about like 3 smirks in. You're like, yeah. Let's do this. Like it does sound like a very anti-hero kind of thing.
And it's hard to do that. Like, so, the character has grown from the first movie, obviously, as the actress has grown in her abilities. So I thought that was really good. This movie came out on Labor Day, which is like the biggest time for Lifetime. So this is their like movie,
Labor Day is the big Lifetime movie day.
Think about it. It comes out on a Monday. Everyone's been away for the weekend. You come home, you're doing laundry, you don't want to even cook dinner. You might like order in. And what are you going to watch? A Lifetime movie. Why not?
I don't know what no. I mean, I guess. But also,
I would be interested to see the ratings on this one because this movie got pushed from March because there was a school shooting when it was supposed to come out, and Grace McKenna's from that town, that one in Texas.
Wow!
So they pushed it, and she was like, "Everyone donate to the GoFundMe."
Yeah,
and
that's amazing. Wow.
She's a producer, so she can do that. And she was like, Lifetime, I don't want to put it out now. So they're releasing it now, which, out of respect to everybody in her town and everything. So I thought it was a good call. Like Labor Day is a great time to do the movie. So,
well,
I'm pouring it up, obviously.
A triple pour it up.
It's a triple pour it up. We did, everybody. Congratulations. And this is not the end of this show.
Is it not?
We have one more thing to say, and there's another one coming out this month. And now it's the end of the show. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time, we'll be the first to wish you a Merry Christmas.